Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And we have your Aurora weather here on the second largest city's first daily weather report. The weather, as always, comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you here locally for your delight, entertainment, and information. Now, we got about three humdingers to talk about. Let's get into them. Today, daytime high of 78 degrees with a daytime low of 70 degrees. You see that sun? It's going to be with us for a great portion of the day. Going into this evening now, 56 degrees for the nighttime high, 47 degrees for the nighttime low. We can expect a 20 to 50% chance of rain, thunder, showers. Very, very frightening. 84 degrees tomorrow for the daytime high, 70 degrees for the daytime low tomorrow, 20 to 60% chance of thunderstorms as well with breezy conditions. Now you'll also see the first humdinger is the highest chances for this rain is going to be in the far northern parts of Illinois. That's number one. Tomorrow evening now, 62 degrees for the nighttime high, 55 degrees for the nighttime low, 50 to 80% chance of rain and thunderstorms and lightning. We can consider that likely. Thursday night takes us into Friday morning now. Now take a look at humdinger number two. 73 degrees for the daytime high, 68 degrees for the daytime low, and a 30 to 70% chance of storms in the daytime. Now those daytime storms, you like that, take us into Friday night. 53 degrees for the nighttime high, 48 degrees for the nighttime low. What do we notice about Friday night? Completely clear, nice skies. Saturday, 75 degrees for the daytime high, 68 degrees for the daytime low, and a 20% chance of thunderstorms. Now, we can observe that on Saturday, we'll have an overwhelmingly sunny day. A little bit of cloud cover. That 20% chance takes us into the evening for a 20 to 30% chance Saturday night. 53 degrees for the nighttime high on Saturday night, 47 degrees for the nighttime low on Saturday night. Now, our additional details, a few storms that become strong to severe near and west of I-39 late this afternoon and evening. And then lastly, locally, heavy rainfall is also possible, with the greatest potential for flooding being near and west of I-39. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your weather report here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Once again, we're at 5 days a week with news, weather, and the very best of Aurora. Today, we have Executive Director of the Aurora Regional Fire Museum, Mr. Brian Failing, on the show being interviewed by Ruby Sue. And at 9:30, we have Buenos Dias Aurora, the second largest city's first bilingual news podcast. Be blessed. Get ready for a great show.
morning, Aurora. I'm Ruby Sue, and today we have some guests that I'm really tickled to have on the show. First up, we have Mr. Brian Failing, who we have the pleasure of having a conversation with about the Aurora Regional Fire Museum. And Jen, and we were going to get to you in just a few moments. So, Brian, how are you?
Great, how are you? Thanks for having us on.
Thank you for coming. I am, again, just so excited, and I'm glad we've all controlled our giggles for now. Get ready, guys. So let's be historians together and take a trip down memory lane. If you can tell our viewers a little bit about Baby Brian. Where's Baby Brian from, and how did you get into history?
Oh, Baby Brian, wow. So I grew up in Lisle, so just a hop, skip, and a jump down to Ogden, and went to Naperville schools, graduated from Naperville North High School, and ended up going to North Central College in downtown Naperville, where I studied history and urban suburban studies.
Yeah.
I really got interested in history in high school, and when I was a sophomore in high school, I used to ride, when I was younger, I used to ride my bike around the neighborhood, and a gentleman said I should come volunteer at this museum in Lisle. Keep in mind, my parents had lived in Lisle for like 20 years and didn't even know that Lisle had a museum, and so I started volunteering there with some of their special events, Depot Days, Once Upon a Christmas, and right before my senior year in high school, they asked me if I wanted to be the curator of the museum. So as the sole staff member, like 5-10 hours a week, that was my college job.
Yeah, because I was checking, I do my research. Some people have a little bit more of an internet presence than others, so it's easier with some people. So you really have a fairly extensive curatorship and museum volunteer experience resume. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
But I want to rewind it more. When you were younger, did you go to any museum? So other than your hometown Lisle Museum, did you go to other museums?
Yeah, all the time. We would, especially like over the summer or like when there wasn't school, if there was a free day at one of the Chicago museums, we'd take the train, my dad and I, or my sister would often go with. We'd go to the Field Museum, Shedd Aquarium, the Art Institute.
Okay, did you have a favorite museum and or a favorite exhibit at any of them? I know that I did.
I wouldn't necessarily say, favorite museum at that age. I mean, I did really like, seeing some of the paintings and stuff like that at the Art Institute, and just like the vastness and grandness of the exhibits at Field Museum and MSI.
In the collections, yeah, absolutely. I was a big fan of the ancient Egypt exhibits.
Mm-hmm.
Baby me was really into Egyptology. And then actually the Art Institute was the first museum I went to. So my first memory is my mom carrying me around the Art Institute as a baby. All right, so no specific favorite museum. How did we get blessed with you in Aurora? How did you come to the Aurora Regional Fire Museum?
Yeah, so after I finished my undergraduate degree, I ended up going on to study historical administration at Eastern Illinois University, where I got my master's, and then from there I was doing an internship with the Forest Preserve District in DuPage County, as well as the DuPage County Historical Society Museum.
They are pretty cool.
When I was finishing that up, this job materialized and was posted. I interviewed for and actually was offered the job as I was going down to do my final oral exam for my master's degree.
Oh, no kidding.
So started at the end of March in 2016.
Wow. So with all of that and your pretty awesome experiences, do you have any advice for any of our younger viewers who think, hey, that sounds like a pretty neat gig? How do I get into that?
So I would definitely recommend just volunteering, interning, if you can be involved in a museum or whatever you're interested in to get that experience. One thing I really benefited from during my undergraduate career as well as graduate school is just taking advantage of all those opportunities to get involved. So being able to do research with some of my professors, being able to go to professional conferences and things like that, very much so propelled me forward.
Way cool. Jen, did you have a favorite museum growing up? And are you from Illinois?
So I am from Illinois. Grew up predominantly in Salmonock, and we had the Olmsted Historical Museum, and that was the only museum that I went to as a child. It was very small. There is a two-headed calf. That was the claim to fame.
Okay, yeah.
But-
very Ripley.
Yeah, but now I have my own family and my children, and taking them to the museums is something that's important to us. So starting off with the children's museums and then experiencing the museums in Chicago is something that we all have to look forward to on our bucket list.
Yeah, so do you have any favorites as an adult other than the Aurora Regional Fire Museum?
I mean, by far that's the best.
Obviously.
But we do spend a lot of time up at the Rockford Children's Museum, and we're going to
Ooh.
go out to DuPage sometime soon. So just a lot of stuff for the kids at this juncture.
I love the DuPage one. I haven't been to the Rockford one.
You're missing out.
So
Check
I
it
will
out.
actually want to plan a trip to Rockford because I've never been there and I keep seeing all
We'll
these
take a road trip.
Yes. Not that's not our retreat though.
Well, and where do you live now, Jen?
Now I'm in Sycamore.
So, you really
Out in Sycamore, DeKalb, there's a really cool museum that you have to check out if you haven't been there. The Elwood House Museum. DeKalb and out there was where they created barbed wire.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Elwood, that was his mansion, and they do wonderful work out there.
Oh, wow.
Their new executive director, Izzy. Shout out to Izzy. I'll have to
Hi,
tag
Izzy.
you guys later. Has done some great work, and they're starting to do some rehab of the space and adding more exhibits and stuff.
amazing. Real quick, speaking of shout outs, the Woodcrafters by Luce Iwan say hello.
Hey.
And they are very special to the Fire Museum. Why?
So Juan had reached out to us a couple, or I think it was only last year. Wow, time flies. And he had been doing some work in memorials for other cities and fire departments, and he had asked to create a plaque for the Aurora Regional Fire Museum commemorating, memorializing the firefighters from Aurora that went to Ground Zero.
It's amazing, and I've seen them in person. They are gorgeous. So if you haven't seen them or seen the gift shop, stop by. And there's all kinds of exciting reasons to stop by the museum that we are going to get into in just a second. I just want to circle back that, again, you live so far, but you're also even part of the Women's Club of Aurora, aren't you?
That I am.
Well, thank you for that. That is very cool. That's a great philanthropic organization.
Well, it's great to have you on board with the Women's Club of Aurora now.
Oh, me? Oh,
yes.
Surprise.
We're so excited to induct you at our last meeting. And
I
we're
was
so
so
excited to
excited.
have you as a part of the group.
Thank you. I was so excited. I was like overly happy.
Phenomenal group of women. Just absolutely.
They really are. They're all really kind and giving and wonderful. So I know that we have a lot of viewers who, of course, are local and love the Aurora Fire Museum. But for those that have never heard of it or haven't been there yet, let's tell them about the Fire Museum.
Yeah, definitely. So the Aurora Regional Fire Museum is located in Aurora's 1894 Central Fire Station. It was built for the purpose of being a fire station. However, the police department also shared the space until about 1912. We were an active station until 1980, December 1980. The new central station right next door to our museum opened, and they moved out of the building and paved the way for it to one day become a museum.
That is great. And it's a very interactive museum as well, which I love.
Yeah, we have 2 floors of exhibits. Downstairs is our permanent exhibit on the history of firefighting, including apparatus from the 1800s on up to 1948. Upstairs we have a hands-on children's discovery room and then several other exhibits, and they're crammed into the hallway and every nook and corner that we can.
There's a
can
lot
fill.
to see, and the gift shop, which we've mentioned, which is super awesome. And then what else goes on at the museum?
So we're open to the public 4 to 5 days a week, depending on the time of the year. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4. So people can come in, visit the museum. There is an admission cost, $5. However, we are also open during First Fridays. And at that time, we're open 5 to 8 usually, and admission is free. And we have a variety of activities going on that change up every month. And then we do a variety of events and fundraisers throughout the year.
Yeah.
A lot of school groups, senior groups, special rec groups come through the museum and tour it. We do about 60 or 70 group tours a year in programs.
Wow.
And we also are a charter of Troop 1894 for the Boy Scouts.
Which is a very special troop.
Aurora's only girls troop.
Yeah. It's the Boy Scouts of America Girls Division, which is super awesome because they do all the rad Boy Scout stuff.
And you'll be there tonight, right?
I will be there tonight. I just magically, for no special reason, will be there. And you mentioned the $5 admission. Is that the same for members of the museum?
If you're a member of the Fire Museum, you get free admission and a 10% discount in the gift shop, amongst other things.
So become a member. Yeah. And what if I have something special? Maybe I have a special event. Maybe I have a wedding dinner I want to have. Can I have that at the museum?
Yeah, we do all sorts of events.
I don't, but
we've done a wedding, we've done receptions, we've done photo shoots, we've done engagement photos, wedding photos, quinceanera, prom, homecoming, you name it.
So everything.
If you have a dream of something you'd like to do at the Fire Museum, just give us a call and we'll find out how we can make it happen.
That's cool. So, and what's the capacity? I only have a couple of friends, so and like 2 of them are here today. So, but what if someone has a lot of friends? What's the capacity?
So depending on the event, and if you're using like our theater space or if you're renting out the whole building, the theater has a capacity of about 60, but we can do events anywhere from 100 to 150 as well.
Cool. And so what's exciting coming up? Is there some exciting First Friday events, or are there any fundraisers coming up?
Yeah, so we're working on a variety of things that we'll be doing during First Fridays. We'll be having a meeting later this week to try and solidify what we'll be doing for the rest of the year during First Fridays. However...
Can people check that out on Facebook?
Yep, check out on Facebook, our website, and Instagram and things like that.
Yeah, Instagram.
And we do have a fundraiser coming up on May 21st, and it's for a meat raffle.
A meat raffle, you say?
But we
Is
have,
this what the tickets look like?
Tickets are $25. We have up to 600 available. There's 12 chances to win. There's over 3,000 in prizes, and the top 2 prizes come with a travel grill. The top 6 prizes come with a bundle of meat from Family Farm Meats in Hinckley. And then all 12 prizes come with 2 bottles of wine. So Pinot Noir and Chardonnay from Fork in the Road Winery Vineyard in Napa Valley, California.
And what a great way to support the museum.
Yeah.
Of course, if you don't eat meat, you're always welcome to just donate.
You can donate it to the food pantry.
Oh, that'd be so sweet. I love that. So what else is going on? What else is new with the Fire Museum? I know that you guys just had a strategic plan reveal.
Yeah, so over the last almost 2 years, we worked on developing our first ever strategic plan for the Fire Museum. And as part of that strategic plan, one of the goals and objectives was to also update our mission and then also create a vision and values. So these are all things that the museum has lived and lived by for the last 8 years that I've been here. However, it's the first time that we've written it down and solidified it. So updated the mission, just bringing it a little more broad to reflect the regional nature of the museum and where we've come over the last 55 years and 35 years for our 501c3. And then from there, taking a step back, creating that vision, and then the values of things that are important to us, such as community, integrity, stewardship, being welcoming.
Very cool.
And curiosity.
Do you guys have any new board members?
Yeah, so at our board meeting in March, we just appointed 4 new board members. We have a board of directors of up to 15, and currently we have a full board with the 4 new members that we brought on. And we're super excited to have them on board because we've brought on 4 new people that reflect so many aspects of our community and our region.
And teamwork makes the dream work, so it's really good to have people of varied skills and backgrounds and passions. Can we name the 4 new board members?
Yeah, so we have Amanda Mistretta.
Okay.
She is the executive director of SciTech, located up in Batavia now.
Awesome. Welcome, Amanda.
So she joined the board. We have Tracy Mitchell, and Tracy is a home consultant with Pulte Homes. And we owe big thanks to her and her uncle for the wine for the meat raffle.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
And then we have Jen Stark.
Jen, congratulations. This is such fun news.
I'm so excited.
Who's the
Oh my
community
gosh.
liaison at Plum Landing.
Which is a
we
really
have-
terrific place.
Thank
yeah.
you.
And we have one other really awesome board member.
I can't even guess. Who is
and you don't know? I hear you know her really well.
it? Maybe. Let's tell everyone who the new board member is.
Ruby Sue is also on our board of directors.
It's me. Thank you. I am very excited.
We're excited to have you and
Yeah,
all the board members. You know, we have a really great team for the museum.
I think so too.
Our board chair Karen Yagi on down to all 15 board members.
Yeah, hello also to Tracy Duran, who's a regular watcher and sometimes guest of Good Morning Aurora, and she's a board member.
And we can thank Tracy for bringing all of us together because
Absolutely.
one of our board members recommended Tracy because of her discovering Aurora and her interest in
She's a
the
fabulous
Leland Tower.
historian.
And then from there, she introduced me to you, Ruby, and then found out that we had the connection with Jen, but I met Jen at a fundraiser last fall.
Yeah, the Community Foundation, which has supported both of our organizations pretty wonderfully. We sat next to each other, and from there, things just seemed awesome.
the Community Foundation is wonderful.
They're a great resource in the community, great people to work with. We actually set up an endowment for the Fire Museum there.
Terrific.
And so we'll actually be launching a campaign for that endowment because the building is turning 130 years old this year. So we have a $1.30 campaign that will be launching on Saturday.
You heard it here
Yeah.
first, guys.
Yeah, so we're doing the increments in 1-3.
Yep.
130.
Yeah, so you can give a donation that's a one-time donation that's $1.30, equivalent to $1.30 a month.
Nice.
$1.30 per day, $130 donation, or a $1,300 donation. So.
Or maybe
Or any amount,
13,000
or
or more.
13,000 or 130,000.
We have some very generous folks in the
You know,
community.
whatever.
Yeah. No
Whatever,
limits.
floats your boat.
So, as a new board member, what are you most excited about?
There is some phenomenal people on the board, and it's a very diverse group, and I think coming all together, we're going to be able to do great things for the Fire Museum. They have a great footprint here in the community, but expanding it throughout in the region, I think it is just a beautiful collection of people that are going to do some amazing things, and I am so excited to have you by my side, Ms.
Hi,
Ruby
I'm
Sue.
so excited too, and I totally agree. As I said,
And
also
I'll say
teamwork
though,
makes the
we
dream
have
work.
Smoky Burns in our collection, so I think that knocks
Yes.
the socks off of a two-headed calf.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and if you folks are not familiar with what or whom Smoky Burns is, stay tuned.
Should we tell people about him?
Not yet. I
Okay.
think
That's
they need
the
to
hook.
follow the Aurora Regional Fire Museum on Facebook and Instagram and possibly TikTok to reveal. And speaking of regional things, so things that we can do with ARFM and in the area, is there something else new and exciting that
Yeah.
people can get at our
So-
museum and others?
In our gift shop, we have this lovely travel stamp.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
found this vendor last year. I was at the American Alliance of Museums conference, and they have a whole trade show of museum store vendors. And
Yeah.
I found this vendor that makes these, they're called travel stamps. And it's basically 2 stickers. So one is shaped like a postage stamp. They do custom artwork. And then it's a little description of the location, place, museum, historical site. And so we're like the 5th one in Illinois, but they also let us pick our number. So we did 53 because our address is 53 North Broadway.
Yeah, and I noticed also that the background of the museum here, this gorgeous skyline, looks like a beautiful sunrise. Is there a special reason for that?
Yeah, so we originally, when we got the artwork, it had a nice blue sky with clouds. And I was just like, what really sets Aurora apart? And Aurora, the goddess of the dawn, street lights, a new dawn, sun rising.
Yeah.
So we talked about adding a sunrise behind it. And I think it's what the sticker needed to really emphasize the building, showcase that architecture, beautiful architecture by local architect John Edward Minot, who also designed the Hobbs building,
Oh, yeah.
the German Methodist Church, some personal residences in Aurora, as well as the Masonic block in Plainfield.
Oh, neat. And then is this the
Yeah,
book
so
for people? It's like
you
a
can
sticker
also
book?
buy a little booklet to put your stickers in, and you can put more than just these stickers in there. You can put any sticker or anything you want, draw pictures in it, and it gives you a space for you to put the 2 stickers as well as write about your experience visiting that place or museum.
I love that. I hope that GAR joins suit, and maybe we could even get a cool Aurora downtown.
Shout
travel
out
stamp.
Eric Pry, Tina DeChow. We gotta make this happen. Have a whole collection
us.
of Aurora, Illinois travel stamps.
Oh my gosh. I am just so happy right now. Thank you, Brian and Jen. We are going to wrap it up in a minute, but thank you again for coming on. Is there anything else you guys want to add? Anything positive or any message for our viewers other than come to the museum, support the museum, come to our events?
Yeah, come
Join
out to the
us.
museum, join us, become a member, support us, donate to the endowment campaign. We are 55 years strong, and we're hoping to be here for the next 130 years, and hopefully we'll be here celebrating 260 years of
So we'll be
Aurora
here.
Central Station. Yes. So help us continue that legacy, preserving the past, present, and future of the fire service. And all summer long, we'll be open an additional day. So we'll be open on
Ooh.
Tuesdays from 10 to 4. And we also have a free day every month this summer. So the
I love that.
second Tuesday of the month in June, July, and August, 10 to 4 will be open.
So it's
And
accessible
we'll
for
have-
everyone.
Correct, accessible to everyone, and we will have activities for the kids and families to enjoy.
I love that. Anything that you want to add?
You know, if I can say one thing to everybody out there, support your local boards of directors. Our agencies and communities need us. So if you have the time, learn about it, jump right in, because that's what we're doing.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Again, thank you guys so much. And I'm so proud to be a part of such a wonderful organization. And I'm so excited for everything that we have coming up and for the great team. And with that, everyone, good morning, Aurora, and stay tuned for Buenos Dias, Aurora. And I love you guys.
Imagine what's possible when a city makes an unprecedented investment, a commitment that reshapes a city's landscape forever, that equalizes economic opportunity, elevates education for all, empowers businesses, inspires collaboration between institutions, improves public services, and enhances the lives of every resident. Now, imagine that city is ours. We know it's possible because other cities have done it. Places like Longmont, Colorado, a community that leveraged its investment in municipal electricity and upgraded its substations to create a 17-mile fiber loop, delivering critical connectivity to the city's institutions, organizations, and small businesses, achieving an incredibly high adoption rate. And in Pharr, Texas, a border town of 80,000, voted the least connected city in America, invested in 700 miles of fiber, delivering broadband managed services that are enriching residents' lives. Cities, towns, and regions are stepping up all over America. There is no question that Aurora can and deserves to be America's next great smart city. But it's up to us. We have a responsibility we can't ignore to see everyone living in our city, regardless of economic status, having broadband services that are simple, efficient, safe, and powerful. Imagine children having safe internet access anywhere, never needing to connect outside of a fast food restaurant. Imagine every building in every neighborhood and retail outlet, new and old, modernized, intuitive, secure. Imagine exciting subscribers with the ultimate broadband experience and giving parents control over all of it. Imagine deploying cyberbullying protection that notifies parents throughout Aurora that their kids are being bullied and providing resources to protect them. Imagine a city with first responders seamlessly connected and with safer public spaces. Can you see this smart city? Can you see our future? We do. Aurora is ready for world-class connection that serves our residents, that helps businesses grow and unifies our community. Let's take this opportunity to give all of our residents, businesses, and community organizations the advantages that come with unrivaled broadband infrastructure and services. Let's come together and deliver a world where digital equity creates a city that is smarter, safer, and sustainable for generations to come.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.